Illinois wins! Illinois wins!
Your home for Illini hockey. WPGU 1071.
Reporting live from the Big Pond for the second period intermission, I'm Abby Kelstow alongside Eric Fisher and Stephen Cohn. And you are listening to Illinois Hockey on WPGU 107.1. So just a recap on a few things of the second period. One, there were teddy bears thrown all over the ice. Two, the Illini are tied. This was supposed to be a walk in the park. They had sat their first-line goalie. And so what are some more things that you guys are surprised about this game?
Well, I was just surprised with the lack of intensity Illinois came out to start this hockey game. I didn't think they were very physical right off the bat, and the Huskies obviously took advantage of it, and they took the most of their opportunities, even though they didn't have the puck for the majority of the first period.
Cristiano, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, Stephen Cohn on the second period intermission report here, but for the Illini, it's been a shock to see NIU come into a building where they've only lost once in regulation. It's a wake-up call, but they have 20 minutes left to right the ship here, and hopefully this game doesn't go into overtime. I think all these fans here at the Big Ponds, their hearts are going to jump out of their chests.
Also, something else that I've noticed that's kind of strange for the Illini, there have been 0 penalties this game. That is something completely rare for the Illini, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, compared to the 25 minutes Eric Cruikshank racked up in his game against Ohio, it's a shock to see no penalties so far in the Illini. Usually they tend to stray away from being a disciplined hockey team, and this game they're looking like one so far.
And I think it comes with the play in the middle area of the ice, which Joey Caprio alluded to when talking to Stephen after the second period. A lot of players are getting caught in their own zones, but they're not extending their hands. They're not getting their sticks and skates of players. This is not a very physical hockey game. We expected one between Illinois, especially a guy like Jake Jouch, who's 6'2", 285, to lend his body into some checking. We've seen none of that, and I think that's why there just haven't been any penalties in this game yet.
I was expecting a lot of hitting between Jake Jouch and Tommy Abrams, but I haven't seen any big hits so far this game. It's very surprising.
Yeah, I really thought that when the Illini were down, they were going to start getting more physical, but they really haven't. We've had 2 minor-ish looking injuries for the Huskies, but nothing too serious, not even calling for a penalty. But other than that, there have been some standout players on both teams. Who have you guys seen stand out?
Well, for the Illini, it has to be Eric Salters. He's been playing amazing so far. He came up big for the Illini in that second period, helping them even the score at 3 apiece.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And on the other side for Northern Illinois, it has to be their goaltender, JoJo Durbeck. He's been keeping them in this hockey game so far with making some great saves.
You know what they say in hockey, your best player usually is your goaltender, and why not? JoJo Durbeck comes in and stops 22 out of 22 first-period shots. That's unparalleled. He's been doing great so far. But then you look at the Illini's point of view, it's been Eric Salters. He's got 2 goals. He's well advertised, but he's doing the little things right. He's going to the areas where there's not a lot of traffic and there's not a lot of corruption there in that offensive zone, especially in that high slot. That's a very rare area of the ice to find space, and Salters has got body position, he's got his stick down, he's got his head up, and that's why he's got 2.
I'd have to say I think Cody Billick is standing out for the Huskies with his moves and how he's made this past goal. Also, I'm going to have to say Stephen Quinn. Stephen Quinn made a goal earlier in the game, and he also, when he didn't make the next goal, he still had a tic-tac-toe move there that was almost a goal. So I think he's definitely standing out as well.
Yeah. Stephen Quinn and Eric Salters, they look like they've just been letting the game come to them. They haven't looked like they've been forcing shots. Like, I want to, not to call him out or anything, but Eric Cruikshank looks like he's forcing shots. He's going 5-on-1 on the offensive side for Illinois. He's just throwing shots on goal, and they're getting blocked every time because they're just not good shots.
Eric Cruikshank hasn't scored in about 3 games. His last goal came November 11th. And it's shown because, like you said, he's got to make the game more simple. He's got to use his teammates a lot more. He's one of the most talented players in the CSCHL. But if you don't use your teammates and your line mates, especially a guy like Grant Stube who can really make the game easy for you, you got to move the puck. You got to move yourself. Eric Cruikshank hasn't done a great job of that tonight.
He looks like he's just frustrated out there, and you can tell by the way he plays. I noticed after a whistle got blown one time, he hit the puck as hard as he could into the boards, just looking extremely frustrated.
I have to give him some for his discipline, though. I have seen players break their sticks on the ice. I've seen them throw their sticks around, and he's not doing that. Of support there because, one, he's not in the box. That's huge for him, for this game especially. And two, he doesn't break things. And that's all we can really ask right now.
The only thing that's being thrown onto the ice today are teddy bears. It should stay that way.
I saw a couple teddy bears. I saw like Nemo. I saw a cow out there.
I'm not going to argue with this Big Pond faithful. If you want to, go ahead, Eric. That's like the lion's den right there.
No, I'm not picking that fight.
Well, anyways, what do you guys think they could work on walking into the third period?
Oh, it has to be physicality for sure. Illinois has to show Northern Illinois that, hey, we're the Division I team here. You're in our house. We need to, they have to set the tone against this Northern Illinois squad. And so once they do that, I feel like this game will just turn into Illinois' favor.
Yeah, also, I'd like to see the two quote-unquote trucks on each team battle it out on the ice. That's what I want to see. I want to see Tommy Abrams and who is it, Jake Jouch?
Jouch.
Sorry.
I
want to see them battle on the ice.
You just want to see blood, Abby. We get it.
Maybe.
Yeah, you talk about breaking things. Now you're talking about fights starting. I mean,
Let's get some clean family fun in.
Yeah. I mean, it's teddy bear night. Come on.
Look, I'd like to see a win, and we got to do it how we got to do it.
Does that mean fights or?
It might.
Nope.
It might. But also something I was thinking about earlier in the game when the Huskies had the momentum. I was thinking to myself, when would Coach Nick Fabrini switch goalies? What do you think it would take against a D2 team to put Heflin in?
I don't think he's going to switch goalies. I think this is a growing moment for Zev Grumman-Morris. Keeping him out on the ice again when he's somewhat struggling. He's having trouble keeping track of the puck. He's having trouble controlling rebounds on his end. But keeping him in the ice, that's just going to help him grow as a goaltender. And I think it would be smart for him to just keep him out there for the rest of the game, even if they do score a goal here this next period.
Yeah, it's Zev's last year here as a member of the Fighting Illini. I think the only goal that you can really fault him on is the second by Tyler Hilton, which came from a low percentage area of the ice right along the goal line area, and he just lost his angle on the post. The first goal scored by Finley, that's a heck of a shot. I mean, if you're going to stop that possibly 7 times out of 10, if you're Zev Grumman-Morris. But NIU has done a lot to exploit the faults of Zev. He's only 5'9", 165. So if you get him moving, you get him off of his lateral movement, there's going to be some spaces. That's why that third goal scored by Billick, it wasn't really on him. The Illini defense have to pick it up. And the only reason I could see Fabrini pulling Grumman-Morris would be if this game becomes a blowout for NIU in the third.
I completely agree. And so I was actually going to mention the two goalies that are on tonight. Zev's current average is a .885, and JoJo's is .898. I think it's a pretty good matchup. I really do. I think that they're both playing really well. I think JoJo's playing on his head, like you like to say, Cristiano. So yeah, I think about that. Something else we should watch out for the Huskies that I don't think the Illini have is speed. Fedja, I'm really bad with the pronunciation here, his speed is insane. I watch him get down in the position and fly across the ice. It's something the Illini need to work on, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it just caught the Illini off guard. They didn't come out. I don't think they came out really taking this Northern Illinois team too seriously. And Illinois, they took advantage of the big pond here and this wide ice that allows fast skaters to really take advantage of people that just are not paying attention. And I think Northern Illinois took advantage of that right off the bat.
We talk about Durbeck rising to the level of competition. We see the Illini perhaps sinking to the level of NIU's overall competition. And that's mental, and that's what the Illini have to fix. And Nick Fabrini, you bet. He's saying in this second period intermission, we can beat these guys. We're supposed to beat these guys, so let's do it. But Durbeck has been playing fantastic, and that's the biggest wall that stands in front of them coming out with 2 points.
Well, thank you both very much for your insight, and I'm Abby Callisto alongside Eric Fisher and Cristiano Simonetta. Cristiano and Stephen will have the call in just a few minutes. This has been your Illini Hockey Intermission Report from the University of Illinois Ice Arena.